looking at the case study here of Nabeeha's family. Now we're going to be joined by a relative. His name is Mubarak Al-Kadriyar. He's a relative to Nabeeha, and he'll be sharing with us the details, the intricate details of the story. Good morning, sir. First of all, thank you very much for joining us. And we extend our condolences to you and to your family for the very difficult situation you're going through, and to let you know that the nation, as a nation, we empathize with you and we stand with you. I think the first question is, how are you? How are you holding up? How is your family handling all of this?
Good morning, everyone. To correct that, my name is Al-Kadriyar Mubarak. The family is not finding it easy, but as a believer, we must accept that everything that befalls us is a trial from God. Yes, this is a trial time as a believer. However, I heard you a couple of minutes ago talking about the ex-minister giving ransom to kidnappers in the country or what have you. I will want you to look at it from a very slim state. However, what actually happened is my cousin, who is Al-Kadriyar Mansour, was kidnapped in his house, in his own house. He wasn't traveling. He wasn't in a strange environment. In his own house, around few minutes past 9, on the 2nd of January, set of people just bubble into his house. If you talk about security conscious as a person, I think is good to go. The house is well fenced. Every security measure we're taking by an individual. Now, where someone will just come from nowhere and bubble into his house, move away with himself, 5 daughters, and 1 other of the children's maternal cousin. Only for them to return one of our brother to us in cold blood at first instance. After they had left, you know, this, for security reasons, I have to be very careful with some of these things. But on that night and at that scene, we lost my cousin, who tried to rescue them with the police. So on arrival to the scene, he had not even gotten to the house. This set of kidnappers opened fire, and they were carrying sophisticated guns. We lost Abdul Fattah Al-Kadriyar that very night, and we laid him to rest. May his soul rest in peace. May Almighty Allah grant him Jannah. And they went away with the father and the kids, six girls. And we kept negotiating with them after they returned him, because he came back and he told us the negotiation they had with them is 60 million naira. So we were doing everything possible with the security agencies and what have you. I think the commissioner of police that very day visited that community. So from that very day, we were all at ease that presidency is in the picture of this matter. And I think the first priority of a nation shall be the security of its citizen. But unfortunately, after he was released to get this money, the system is very slow, and we were able to raise part of the money. We negotiated with them, and they called us and we told them we have so amounts at hand, and they said we are not serious. If we cannot give them what they want, initially it was 100. He negotiated before departing from the camp for 60 million, and we tried for 60 million. We were able to raise 10 million naira, and we told them we have 10 million naira, and they said we are not serious. We should hold on. We'll get message from them. We were thinking the message we're going to get from them is where to drop the 10 million naira and to pick some of the children, or maybe one of the, if not all. But unfortunately, they called us and referred us to a particular place along Kaduna Road to go and pick the message. And we got there. One of the girls, the second born, the 400 level student of ABU Zaria. But the 400 level is insignificant to us. Our daughter, Nabeeha, we found her body there, and 3 other persons, a woman and a daughter, and 1 other young guy, FT and Faye. They were brutally shot, like seriously. They were killed without mercy. And after then, we were, hello?
We're here,
Yeah,
please go
after
ahead.
then, yeah. So after she was killed, though while all this were going on, we were receiving some response from security agencies and what have you, which I can't be discussing that here, you know. So I know I spoke with some of the security, and I cannot start talking about that on air because there are things that has to do with the safety of the country as a whole. But on the other hand, the measures that we're seeing that is in place is not satisfactory enough. It's not satisfactory. And the family will never want to criticize the ex-minister for what he has done. Because I spoke to the media on that very day we lay our little sister, Nabeeha. I said, if it's other developed country or nation, if they cannot do everything possible with security agencies to get back these children, then the government should come in and assist with the money so that we negotiate and get, because the life of a citizen is what the country needs.
Yeah. All right. So kindly hold on, Mubarak.
So I am not blaming Pantami for what he has done.
Yeah. Mubarak, can you hear us?
No, he has really come to our aid.
Yeah. If you can hear us, kindly hold on.
I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So I just wanted
Yes, I can hear
to
you.
say, first of all, my condolences to your family. You've lost 2 people. You have, of course, a few others in captivity. It's very painful. And I understand your views with regards, Issa Pantami. I don't expect that you say otherwise. Whatever help you can get at this time, I'm sure you would take it. And I totally understand. If I was in your position, I probably would say the same thing. But of course, we have to say what is legally right and what the bigger picture would be, with regards to these issues. But he says, that he had gotten a 50 million naira donation. Can you confirm if you have received that payment from him yet? If you're expecting to receive that payment from yes, from Professor
Yes,
Pantami.
we have received the payment. We have received the payment.
Okay. So has it been sent, to the kidnappers? What's the current situation?
You say what?
So has the money been sent?
Yes. Hello. You know, after they return the body of Nabeeha to us, they told us they are no longer interested in 60 million. They need 100 million. And as at yesterday, they contacted us again, and we renegotiated with them, and they have agreed for a reasonable amount below the 100, which I think we are good to go. In addition to what we have on ground and what the former minister had given, I think we are good to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
we're good to go.
Just to confirm, has the money been given to the kidnappers? Because we hear that the deadline for payment is Wednesday. So has the money been given? When are we expecting? Have we had any official communication that lets us know when we should expect the family back?
Okay, I will want to make this confidential because the security of everybody lies in his hand. Who am I going to tell this? If I'm going to say this, am I telling the same government that have failed us? No, I'm not telling them this at this point. I may be a bit economical with this. So if they really want to know, I think it is not too much. Even if the highest level of authority can come down to our level through message or through whatever to make these inquiries, and then we'll let them know the facts, what we're going through. The family is in pain.
All right. Tell us, also,
Seriously.
when you say the authorities failed you, can you share with us, what efforts, were made? In what ways, did you not get the best out of Nigerian security agencies? Because you've been speaking with the police, you spoke with the Commissioner of Police also. In what ways did they fail, like you've mentioned?
We lost our daughter to them. So the system is not fast enough. Though we still believe, because my scripture said, if the murderer can exercise patience for 1 minute, the murdered would have been killed or would have died. So if the kidnappers did not kill Nabeeha, Nabeeha may easily fall in her room, she may slump, and she will die at that categorical time. But we still look at the government that our security is not friendly enough. Is not.
And also, would you also...
They were picked out of their house, their comfort zone.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really heartbreaking. Olive?
At this point, I'd like to ask,
know.
I mean, you've mentioned, and I can't even imagine what you're going through right now, what your family is going through. So what kind of support would you say your family needs at this time? You mentioned
let me tell you something. It's painful. This same family, sometimes about 8 years ago, one of my brother in the civil defense was shot in Kwara State because of vandalization of pipeline. As a civil defense officer, they were all taken to the field at the middle of the night, not adequately armed, and they were killed.
So it's safe to say that your family
At the beginning of this incident, at the beginning of this kidnapping, my brother, my cousin, Abdel Fattah, was shot. Just a couple of days ago, Nabeeha was also shot. Now, Nabeeha's grandfather is alive, hearing all this, Abdel Fattah's father, who is my cousin, is alive, hearing all this. Nabeeha's father joined to put his daughter. And you know all of these things, you know what it means. And we're in a country where we say democracy. So where is our right to security?
So I think it's safe to say at this point that your family feels failed by Nigeria, having lost 3 of your family members to the insecurity in the country, and rightfully so. Your family is well within the right to feel that way. Now, there's nothing that we can say or do that will unfortunately bring back the dead. So I think my question to you now would be, you had mentioned when we were speaking earlier to you about how, when I'd asked you a question, you said you didn't want to disclose information, you would prefer if, the government, those at the higher levels of government, came to ask or communicated to you directly or indirectly. So at this point, what would mean support to your family? Whilst we know that nothing would ever be good enough, but what kind of support does your family need at this time?
The kind of support? If I will tell you, the support the family needs is the support all Nigerians need at the moment. It's the support all the Nigerian needs at the moment, and that is the safety, the highest level of safety. The highest level of law is supposed to be the safety of the citizens.
Right.
Absolutely.
And that is exactly what we want.
All right, Mubarak, we're going to have to, of course, let you go now. We understand that, of course, you have a lot, to also handle. We hope that today goes well, and in the shortest possible time, your younger ones are released and brought back home. Our condolences once again, and we'll be connecting with you, and we'll stay in touch. We'll stay in touch all through this.
So we want to see them come back home alive.
And we hope they will come back alive.
All right. Thanks a lot, and we will stay in touch, and we'll speak with you again pretty soon.